Hi everyone, it's time to talk about .NET MAUI again. Today I will talk about XAML Source-Generation, a new thing in .NET 10. In my last video about C# expression I mentioned it a bit, but I think it's time to get deeper into XAML Source-Generation. So in this video I will show you how to do it and why you should do it on your project and why it is so good. So here I have created a demo app with some XAML because we all love XAML. Yeah, I know there are people that don't like XAML, but I love XAML, especially with all the new things. It will be awesome with the C# expressions, for example. So if you don't have seen my video about that, go and check that one out after this video. So what XAML source generation is doing is that it is taking your XAML and generating C# code from it, and that means it can compile. And now you're thinking, compiled XAML, we already have this with XAML C. Yes, we have, but that one is compiled to IL. And do you like to read IL? I don't think I can do it either. So having XAML generated C# is good for readability, and it's easy to find the source code to read it. And another good thing with this is that with XAML C, it only compiled it on a release build. And of course, we all test on release builds before we publish our apps. Yeah, I do, but only I do it via TestFlight or Google Play. I don't test it that often in Visual Studio in release mode because it takes time to build a release. And yeah, I don't just do it because it's easy to just run it in debug to find the issues. But with, as I said, with XAML C, it only compiles in release mode. And that means that we don't have all the performance benefits when running in debug. And everyone that have running a Android emulator knows how freaking slow that one can be. It's like a pain to use it sometimes. That is because it interprets the XAML in runtime. It's not compiled at all. So this will be a huge benefit with the XAML source generator. And another thing, you can debug it. But first, we need to go and enable it. So to enable it on your own project, if you don't have it already, as you have it here, because this is a project that is created after the .NET 10 release, but I show you. You need this MAUI XAML inflator and set that to source gen. And that means that all our XAML is compiled using source generators. So how to take a look at how the code looks. So yeah, we go here to dependencies. Let's say Windows, analyzers. Then we go and find Microsoft MAUI control source gen. XAML generator, and here we have all our generated classes. So we open XAML, the main page.xaml.xcg.cs. So here you can see we have initialized component, and we have a lot of code. Yeah, it's not that readable, I know, but that's because source generator always need to have the complete namespace and stuff like that. But it is much more readable than IL. It's just C#, even if it's a bit compact and with long namespaces. Let's see if we find a place where we can set a breakpoint. Yeah, let's set it here on top of initialize component. Just like that. And then we go and debug this on Windows. So that did not work. But if you instead do like this, we go to the code behind, we pin that tab so we find an easy way back, and then we go here and then we put a breakpoint here at initialize component, and then we restart the app. Now it hit that breakpoint, and now we can step in here by pressing F11. So now we are inside of the generated code, and now we can set a new breakpoint here, for example. Press F5 to continue to that. So that makes it possible to debug your XAML. And if you have errors in your XAML, you will get compilation errors, and you will also get a better error message if something is wrong. So this means that your app will have higher quality, it will be faster, and you will not have a lot of strange things that happened when you release your app. Because, for example, iOS apps are AOT compiled, and because we want to have an optimized app a lot of things is trimmed away because there are no real references. But when we have SAML generated to C#, we will have hard references to it, so it will not be removed by the linker. And that's a really good thing. So I really love SAML source generation, and if you don't have enabled it in your app, you should do it now directly, after that you have subscribed to my channel and liked the video. And see you next time. Bye bye.